How you guys doing? This is Real Sensi. Much love to Kash'd Out for coming out today. Greg and Joey. How you guys doing?
Excellent.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors real quick. Boundless Tech, Puff Sauce, and Red Feathers Farms, keeping us all elevated. You know what I mean?
Can I give a shout out to my sponsors
Yeah,
too?
of course. Go for it.
I want to holler at Smoke Flower. That was an amazing party last night.
Big ups.
And I see you got all my friends here. Toker Poker, Raw.
Yes.
I'm really liking this Boundless.
Boundless Tech. Yeah.
It's
It's fire.
Yeah. It's making
Big
this
ups.
Cali weed taste really good.
Thank you so much, Greg and Joey from Kash'd Out. How are you guys doing?
Excellent, like I said.
Thank you
Would you
so
agree?
much.
Excellent.
Yes, we're all feeling great on this beautiful day out. How'd you guys all get your start in music?
There you go.
I'll go first because my answer is way, way shorter than Greg's answer. So, like, honestly. Jackson, the guitarist, and I, we grew up playing music together. So,
That's
like,
awesome.
after school, we'd play guitar in my dad's basement, and we just, like, jam for hours. So it's, like, that's how we, like, got our start.
Hell
And,
yeah.
like, Jackson was in Florida, met Greg in, like, a moment of destiny. Total moment of destiny.
That's awesome.
And they're
It's,
like,
meant to
okay.
be.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, okay, I think we have a chance. We just got to work hard. Do you know a bass player? And he called me. And I was doing community college and just loving it. So
That's
it's
sick.
it was really hard for me to break away from that. so I was like, peace. I'm going to Florida, parents. And my parents were like, when? And I'm like 3 weeks.
That's
And I was like,
awesome.
oh shit.
There
Gotta
you
get
go.
ready. But hey, best decision of my life, hands down.
That's awesome. Reggae music's amazing.
Dude, we're so good at that, dude. Honestly. And like the Dollar Tree, that's all true. All of that is like, we're like, what do we do? And that's how that song. Dude, I love
That's
that
awesome.
song.
That's amazing how reggae music and like just the influences and the friendships we could build from that. That's amazing. When did you guys first realize you guys wanted to pursue reggae music?
I was writing in the studio with a band called Ballyhoo.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I love
And
Hollywood.
we had released their album Walk Away. This was it came out in 2011.
That's sick.
It took a while to come out, so it might have been late 2010.
Mm-hmm.
And that released it so well, and it just kind of. And then I went on a couple tours, trying to hustle that album.
That's awesome.
So just because that's what I do is hustle, and
Exactly.
I knew that if I could physically put the album in people's hands, then I would at least know that it's getting out there.
Exactly. The hard
And I
work.
didn't know the magnitude of the label that they were on, which was Law Records
Oh, okay.
at the time. And then when the release did so well, it was very inspiring. It was like, well, I already co-wrote this album. What if I did one of my own? And I had been making like hardcore music and Motown music and pop music,
A little bit of
and
everything.
never had dabbled in the reggae yet. So our sound is really a fusion of all of
Different
that,
genres.
and it
It's
just
amazing.
yeah. And then of course, the reggae community is just
Awesome.
they'll take anybody with open arms, and it's just
Exactly.
one big family.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love all the different genres in you guys' music. It really portrays, like, it really shows you guys do a lot of hard work, and it really shows off hard work and dedication.
Where did you guys get the name Kash'd Out from?
I was a little high, and I had known that I wanted to have a band name that was going to be something I could stand behind for many years.
Yep.
And I probably was out of weed, and it's just a reference to being out of weed.
Yeah.
Or time to pack a new one.
Exactly.
And it really just stuck. Wasn't hard, surprisingly, because that is the hardest part of
Straight up.
being in a band is picking a name.
Yeah, that was a struggle for us as well. You know? But it just sticks once you hear the right name. Then it just sticks.
Yeah,
You know?
it's gotta be appealing to a T-shirt, because really we're just traveling T-shirt salesmen. That's,
Yeah, it's crazy. The tour life's insane, but you guys are pushing, just grinding, and it's awesome. You guys are crushing it right now. So, what kind of artists have inspired you to create reggae music?
well, there's a lot. When we formed, I play guitar in my band, but I'm not like a crazy shredder or
Yeah.
anything. I play rhythm guitar. And Jackson had come into my studio and was playing a lot of these really cool, sweet riffs that lend themselves to reggae very easily.
Yeah.
And I know one of his influences was Ballyhoo, and that was what we kind of hit it off on.
That's cool.
Because they were from Maryland. Ballyhoo's from Maryland.
Yeah.
So, but really all the people, that's what's awesome about this is that we get to play with all the bands that influence us.
Straight up.
Anything from, we've played with the Wailers, the original Wailers.
Yeah.
And then we play festivals with Iration and Dirty Heads
All
and
the big names. It's crazy.
and Stick Figure and everything that we just is probably on your playlist. I mean, it's been on ours. Pepper being a huge one, and then we ended up signing with their label, and
That's awesome.
it's really it's just a blessing, the whole thing.
Straight up. Yeah. Just give thanks for life and all the opportunities that we have,
Just the daily blessings, honestly. Are there any artists you guys want to collaborate with but haven't had the chance to?
Yeah, probably we haven't really collaborated with anybody except for Howie from Ballyhoo and Edley Shine.
For sure.
We did collaborate with Dave from Dirty Heads and
That's
his
sick.
production partner, Jungle Josh, on
That's
this last
sick.
album that we released.
Hell yeah.
They helped out with a few songs, and we got some inspiration from some
That's
work they had
awesome.
done. That was
Yeah.
really cool, and that was nice to get a different take and a different
Exactly.
style, the sound, and
Definitely.
had a West Coast vibe to it.
A little bit of everything, That's
Yeah.
awesome what reggae it can
Yeah,
turn
and so
into.
I mean we're open to anything, and it's I'd say we just want to keep it fresh. We
Exactly.
probably don't want to get the same guy who's featured on everything.
Right?
But also the sound has to be right.
Right. Exactly.
We look for a certain style and ease when it comes to
and the love
the
and
music
everything.
in general.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it really shows too, the connection you guys all have with the crowds as well. Like your music's really hitting everyone's home, and it's just like a family environment.
What kind of things do you guys like to do to get inspired to write music?
Smoke weed.
That's number one.
Yeah, and then we're writing now. We've been posted up at our Airbnb and just writing songs, and just it's the first time we get to just sit down and work on only that. Usually we have a deadline and we're home, so we're trying to do a bunch of other things and make music. So we came out here to just
crush
get
it
away
out.
and focus on that, and it's cool to be like, I want to make something that sounds like this.
Yeah.
And then you start off like that, but then it doesn't turn out anything like what your original idea was, but it's still really cool and something fresh.
That's
And
the
I
best
think
part about music.
That's how we do. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, at our Airbnb we're at, we take these walks around the building and smoke, and the walks are really beautiful and wonderful too.
Nice. That's perfect inspiration.
Yeah, a good vibe matters. The room's got to be. You're gonna be in the room for hours, so your room's got to be nice.
Exactly. Hell yeah. Is there a main theme or message you guys have when it comes to your music?
What do I think? Yeah, generally positive, and also our own experience.
Yeah.
We're very authentic in what I feel like are the lyrics and the themes and what we're about, because it's all, all of it points to some experience we've had.
It's all real life.
So it's it comes from a real easy, normal place in a way.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And I feel other people relate,
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
I love that we have love songs, but we also have breakup songs. It's one of my favorite things,
You have
too.
everything.
And I just love that that's in there, too, because
it shows the
oh,
journey, It
does.
shows the journey through the music. Definitely.
What was the recording process like behind your guys' album Undercover?
Man. Well, like I said, remember how I said that usually we're home.
Mhm.
We have 2 weeks to do something, and it's here, you got 3 days to be creative. Hop to it.
Yeah.
And that is very hard to create your best work under those
Exactly.
conditions. And that just happened to be, we have so much going on,
Mm-hmm.
and we're grateful for that. And we're never going to turn down an opportunity that
Exactly.
makes sense for the end goal. And we, that, I was working for Stick Figure at the time,
Mm-hmm.
because they were playing a show in our town, Orlando.
That's sick.
They had a big New Year's Eve show,
That's
and
lit.
so I was unable. I wasn't gonna let those guys down. They're
Mhm.
my friends. I want to
Show
help
them
them get
what's
to
up.
where they need to go. So, and it was nice of them to think of me.
That's
So
awesome.
I was
That's
doing
sick.
that while these guys were in the studio recording stuff, and then I was also building my camper out
Mhm.
into a studio,
That's sick.
all at the same time.
Wow.
So I barely got it done with a week to track the vocals before we had to leave again on
Wow.
tour. And
That's
so I was
crazy.
hearing a lot of stuff while I was tracking the vocals that I'd never heard from our demos,
Mhm.
because you make a demo first, and then you take it to an
Someone.
engineer, an audio engineer, and they put their spin on it,
Mhm.
and you start hearing things with better tones and little whatever tweaks that they
Mhm.
heard, and you give them some input too. And so it was not ideal to do
Mhm.
it that way. And I don't know if that came out or not on the album, but those are the songs that we got, and we still stand behind them.
Mhm.
And then the
That's
mixing
what's up.
process was pretty long, but awesome. I'm very proud of how the mix
It
turned out.
sounded.
I mean, we went through. Paul Leary is a legend. He plays guitar in the Butthole Surfers, and he also mixed and produced a lot of Sublime
Mhm.
stuff. So it
That's sick.
it made sense to go back to him. I had worked with him on a Ballyhoo record as
Mhm.
well. Ballyhoo's getting a lot of love in this thing. You better have them on the show.
Right. Yes.
Um,
Yes, I.
and yeah, it was not the ideal process for recording it, but Paul Leary really brought it all together.
That's
I was
awesome.
able to once I was able to step away from it and come back to it like a month later. I remember texting Paul and I was like, "Dude, this is amazing!" Like, because
Right.
you're just not sure. You have to have everything done
Yeah.
by a deadline. You're trying to tweak mixes and you're
But
just
really.
not sure if it's like right.
Right.
And so this time we said, well, if it's gonna take us 2 years to make an album, we're gonna do it.
Do it right.
We're gonna start early, and so that's why we're able to be here right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You guys are awesome. Just keep pushing it, like it really does show, and your guys' music really sounds good, and that's just awesome. You guys are still pushing it, and doing your daily life as well. What is your guys' most memorable experience being on stage?
Smoking on stage every time is super memorable. I call it. It's true. I call it like to myself. I'm like, this is like a rock star moment, right? So like when I do that, I'm like, awesome, super fun,
That's
and
what's up.
like, oh, it's fun. I love it. Plus, like when we did a tour with Fortune Youth, it was just awesome to know like, it's a Fortune Youth show, so it's like there's no way I'm going to get in trouble for smoking pot on
Right.
stage.
No way.
So it's just awesome.
I smoked a joint the size of my arm
Wow.
twice on that tour, and they don't mess
They don't
around.
care.
Shout out to We Should Smoke.
Hey,
We Should Smoke.
smoke. That's what's up.
How did the Step to the Local Motion tour come together?
That was Pepper's tour, or it is Pepper's tour. That's their album title, and we had toured with them for our very first tour, right when we were signing to Law Records. They brought us out with Less Than Jake and Red City Radio,
That's awesome.
and that was a few years ago, and we were just getting our feet wet
Yeah.
in the rest of the country. So it's really cool to be able to, come back
to
full
them.
circle, and now we're direct support, so we play right before them, and
That's awesome.
we'll get to play to a little bit more people, and maybe the same people that we played to before, and maybe they'd just be stoked, because at the time that we toured with them before, our album wasn't out yet, so they were hearing something live that they couldn't refer back to for a little while.
Yeah. But
So,
now you got stuff out, and
yeah,
it's a whole nother.
it's a whole different vibe.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome.
What has been the most challenging thing you guys have had to overcome in the music industry?
That sometimes it's each other, but we have really good politics amongst ourselves.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Yeah, I call them committees. It's like we have a committee on everything, and it's like
and then it's over.
if I hit it, I'm leaving the bathroom light committee. It's like things like that where it's like why are we talking about this? Let's relax.
right,
But like that's just the effect of like, oh sorry, I've been in a van for 3 weeks. Sorry, I'm just
right.
spending being in a van.
Sometimes just got to get out. Sometimes it's good to yell, and then it's all good afterwards.
Dude, yeah, sometimes that works. You just throw against the wall and be like, you good? Yeah, I'm good. That's good. Let's go to McDonald's.
Let's do it.
It's like, yeah, we gotta
Right.
continue on.
Honestly.
I would say, we jump at every opportunity because
do it.
we're grateful to have them.
Exactly.
Because of that, it's not been easy to. Not all those opportunities are like financially.
Easy.
They don't always financially make sense. They hardly
Mhm.
ever financially make sense. You have to take a
True.
risk, and I think a lot of bands don't want to. And we just say, "Fuck it." And
always got to get out
it
there.
hurts. It's not easy to be in a van that long. You do back-to-back tours. You got to figure out how to pay your bills
Mm-hmm.
in between. And then we're dealing with each other, and we all have our own little quirks and
Mm-hmm.
things that we love and admire, and things that we not so much about each other. And
It's life.
but we're a great little family. I think we handle that well. I think being in the
Exactly.
van is probably the
Shapes you
hardest
guys'.
thing about it all.
Mhm.
Is and we'll move up, but we're not quite there yet. And we so we did a tour in the summer, and the AC was out, and it was 116 degrees, and we got
Wow.
7 people sleeping in a van, and there's only how many rows? 4.
Not enough.
Yeah, there's not. We have people sleeping in between the seats.
Wow.
It's
That's called the crevice. In
That's
between
called
the sleeps,
dedication.
it's the crevice. And I'm one of the few crevice
Wow.
sleepers, and it's crazy to think about. But like, I gotta sleep, gotta get a rest. And usually when you're on
Honestly.
tour, you do not get productive sleep.
Sleep,
You just
rise
don't.
and grind,
It's
honestly.
too much stuff.
That's crazy, your guys' dedication, honestly, and like just touring and just you guys all balance it all, with your family and daily life. That's, big ups to you guys, honestly, and keeping a positive vibe.
What do you guys say is your favorite thing about the reggae scene?
Oh, the people. Oh, the weed too. Yeah, you get to. It's really cool to get to be like, oh, Maryland weed's sick, Colorado weed's sick, Oregon weed's
then
sick.
it's the
It's like
Cali
really
weed.
cool to get that. And of course, Cali weed's just magical. It's like awesome because like you leave Florida and then the weed slowly gets better and better the
Closer
more
you
west
get.
you get.
but he is right. It's the people.
Yeah, most definitely.
We have family all over the country,
Yeah.
and they're just amazing. They open up their homes to us. They'll feed us. That's where we get the weed,
Yeah.
and it's like the love for what we do is, it's
It's insane.
undeniable. For like they that we can see that. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
truly appreciate. You get somebody in bumfuck somewhere else in the country, and they're like, "Thank you for coming here."
Yeah.
Like, and I think we were in like Albuquerque or something, maybe like Yuma, Arizona, or something, where like they don't get a whole lot of shows, and
Yeah.
they're just truly stoked that we chose their spot.
Yeah, that's
And those are fans that will come out every time, and we love meeting them. We try to remember everybody's faces and names, but
Takes
you
time.
know, we know who you are, and we do recognize
Yeah.
you, regardless if your name's stuck. But we meet a lot of
A lot of people.
Chris's and Steve's.
How was it playing a set last night with Audic Empire, Tunnel Vision, Hyrie, and Through the Roots?
Those are all the boys and girl, and we just got off tour with. I mean, we've seen them all. We're always touring the country.
Yeah.
And we've toured with Tunnel Vision. We toured with Hyrie. We've played with Audic a bunch of times. Through the Roots, we have not toured with yet, but we see them everywhere.
Yeah. Coming soon, right?
and it's it was just all the homies, and it was a good vibe last night as a family. And then to see we were stoked about the bands, and then to see so many fan homies too. That it was just an incredible event Smoke Flower put on.
Good time.
I'll
Big up
remember
Smoke
that for
Flower.
years to come.
Straight up. That was a fun time.
More good reggae vibes coming. Can we expect any new music from Kash'd Out? in the
Always,
next couple?
we don't stop making it.
Yes, that's how you do it.
That's
It's a great mindset.
We're whipping some up now. I don't know when it'll get released. It's just we're always making it. We always got some on deck. It's just a matter of what the release makes sense for what we're trying to do next. So
Hell yeah.
always
Keep it up.
expect it.
Keep pushing. Can't wait to hear it.
You know, I mean, we're always touring, and we need
Hell yeah.
material. You know, so that's why we're here making it.
That's what's up. Hell yeah. Is there anyone you guys would like to shout out that has helped you throughout your whole musical process?
Everyone really, but specifically, I'd say our sponsors, because that's how In-Ears Audio has taken care of us tremendously. Is probably the reason I had a hearing injury, and they have just really been a godsend, because I might not have been able to play again.
Wow.
And Smoke Flower has been amazing to us since the day we
Big
met them.
ups.
And Law Records has been huge. Pepper. We're
That's
going out on
amazing.
that tour, and it really means a lot to us. Raw is even. I can't tell you how many joints I smoked. Like,
So many. Can't
and
even explain.
I mean, everybody, just the whole scene. We see
Whole
you.
reggae community.
Yeah, the whole community. Cali Roots, One Love,
Yes, I.
all of them. Reggae Rise Up,
Yes,
especially.
I.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Everywhere.
It's all over,
All 50 states.
and we're happy to be here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And since we're Real Sensi, we got to ask, what is your favorite strain?
Gotta be Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla
Gorilla Glue,
Glue's fire.
classic, fantastic,
Oh,
good for
yeah.
sleep, good for thinking, good
Good
for
for
good for
everything.
Star Trek. Excellent stuff. Gorilla Glue.
You say good for Star Trek?
Yeah, Star Trek. Excellent stuff. All weed's good for Star Trek, honestly. Also Blue Dream, because, all the blue indicas. All right, I'm done. That's it.
We have a Jesus.
Wait, it's one. So this one won Cannabis Cup, third place, like a year or two ago. It was called Golden Goat.
Golden
That was
Goat. I think we
amazing.
got Golden Goat.
Golden Goat was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah.
There's a lot of strains out there.
Yeah.
No, you're good. It's all yours.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
I'll put my hands in my pockets.
So, I got a couple. We just tried this Mandarin Sunset. We got it from a dispensary called M&M Dispensary
That's
in
cool.
Trinidad, Colorado. It won the, I want to say, Cannabis Cup. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
tastes great. Our strain, Kash'd Out, was
Kash'd
really
Out.
good.
Hell yeah. Might have to try
and
that next.
We are. I'm not gonna say what it is, but we're making another one.
Nice.
It's coming.
Hell yeah.
And it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be a Colorado thing for a while.
Might have to make a trip then.
If we can spread it out, we'll spread it out. But I don't know the legalities on that. We'll figure all that out.
Yeah.
Cross
Comes
that
the time.
bridge when we come to it. But I already know that that's gonna be my favorite.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah, well thank you guys so much for coming out again. Make sure you guys go check out their album Undercover. They have been crushing the scene, just been crushing it, and they're going on tour with Pepper. Step to the local motion, so make sure you guys go check out those dates as well and get your tickets. Much love, guys. Thank you so much.